Hey everybody, a good afternoon, morning, or evening to you. I'm going to guess it's probably the afternoon or evening since I'm putting this out on Wednesday at 11:30. This is my model breakdown for the WGC-Mexico event. It is the first no-cut event of the year. And in this short video, what I do is I go through my model, what information I provide in it, give you a couple of ranks away for those of you that are not already Osmo Plus members, and give you just some information on this week and what you can find in it. So let's jump right in. And of course, this is, if you download the model, this is what you're going to see first. Following in the tabs below too, it's a better way to do it. Full model is on below, and then you can move across odds and salary is the first thing you're going to see. Then you're going to go see strokes gained. Then you're going to see the top correlated stats that are not strokes gained. And the strokes gained is also yearly ranks. I wanted to bring that up. Then you're going to see the approach proximity for 2019, then recent form, 6 weeks. Course history, 3 years this week. That's it. And then the newest feature of it, the DraftKings points and field rank. Important to know field rank because you see the difference in scoring between each week. You see 128 points for Webb Simpson scored at the Waste Management Open a couple of weeks ago by first place. And see Adam Scott, they're only getting 115 last week, a difference of 13 points. So it's nice to see, yeah, of course, what points they score, but also what they come in the event. You could have a really low scoring event and somebody score 85 points and come in the top 10 in the event. So something I wanted to look at because it's not just all about the points you score, but of course where you finish in the points scored category. Okay, so now we'll move along to the bottom of the sheet. You can find weekly cheat sheet here where it's going to give you all of the most recent information of the players between strokes gained, recent form, course history, DraftKings points, their current salary, and their expected ownership. Then you can go to the strokes gained database and screener where I'm going to give you every single strokes gained from the players since last year's Waste Management. The Algo Points is how I generate my rating at the beginning. The make your own model is how you're going to generate your own rating. You're going to go here and change what's in the red highlight. Okay, once you change in the red highlight, it will change the number here in column R, and that's going to give you your new rating. So you can put in anything you want here to change it once you've downloaded. Of course, then I just go into OWGR. These are more to how to generate the ranks for my model. Then the more important ones, strokes gained rank by field. You can go and see, of course, you can get the PGA Tour rank, but sometimes you want to see the field rank. Now, only 60 players with a lot of guys that have not played on the PGA Tour. So maybe not the most useful tab this week, but certainly in other weeks. The same thing kind of goes with this. I extend it out where I only give you maybe 4 or 5 on that front page. On this page, I'm giving you all of the pertinent stats that I've brought in from the PGA Tour website that I find to be quite important each week that I want to take a look at. Moving on, of course, we go to approach proximity. This is where I add in 2020's approach proximity. It's just a little jumbled on that front page. Didn't want to take up 10 categories for approaches. So this is where you can come to find that info. Then, of course, the recent form and course history sheets that I give away free each and every week, I put in my model. And then the last two is the DraftKings points and database model. That's where you can go and look at the players' field rank that I just talked about and points for the last 6 weeks. And then, of course, I shouldn't say 6 weeks. I have the points for, as you can see here, all the way back to the Byron Nelson of last year. The next thing I'll be adding in is their actual field rank, where they ranked in the field in terms of their DraftKings scoring. I'll be putting that in next week, as you guys can see. It's just another code that I have to add in here, but it takes time to press an insert, etc., etc. So I'm not going to bore you guys with that type of stuff. You'll see it soon. Lastly, ownership database and projection model. This is where you can go out and you can see what each golfer has been owned since last year's Players Championship. So almost a year's worth of data there for you to choose from. And how I generate my projected ownership each week. You can go out and see it here. And then, of course, I add in Osmo's ownership to my model, which I'll click over since it is a premium feature. However, I'm going to go back to my full model and give you guys the top 10 projected there this week. Then I just break it out. The last 4, I break it out into pricing categories for you each and every week. Okay. So as I mentioned, I'm going to give you a little bit more this week than I normally do. And I'm going to give you the top 10 owned projected by Osmo this week. So he's got Rory coming in at 23%, Webb at 22%, Rahm third at 18%, Adam Scott at 18% as well, coming off the win at Riviera. Xander Schauffele still getting plenty of attention at around 15 to 16%. Louis Oosthuizen, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki Matsuyama, Dustin Johnson, Gary Woodland, Ty Hatton, and Justin Thomas all also getting around 15%, and they are ranked 1 to 10 in terms of ownership projection this week for Osmo. So thank you guys for joining another one of my model breakdowns. I appreciate you guys supporting it, and of course, please like the video if you do, and of course, have any questions. Not an Osmo member and like to know more about my model, go ahead and find me at Twitter at DFSGolfer23. And of course, if you are an Osmo Plus member, find me in the Slack chat. Great place to communicate with me. I'm there quite a bit. So until then, everybody, thanks for joining, and we will see you next time.